guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber from Kyuujin Cosplay, and today we are back into guys with Demon Slayer, episode 21. So, last episode, Tanjiro did not kill that demon.
He cut his own head off before the sword connected.
Which was a really smart move.
But yet at the end he almost killed Tanjiro because Tanjiro couldn't move a muscle, and he got saved by Kyuu, who showed us how badass he can be again. Oh, very, very strong. And he got rid of the Kizuki, and we will see if we get some flashbacks about his human life, which is what he wanted.
I just hope we got some blood from him, because we need it.
Some what? Blood?
Some blood.
Oh, yeah, yes. We'll see. But yeah, we found out that basically he wanted to recreate a family in order to, you know, hopefully get back his memories from his human life. So maybe he will get some of that now that he's dying. And we also got to see how the whole thing started and what actually went on behind the curtains. And like we thought, it wasn't pretty. The older sister got killed by the insect girl, whose name I forgot, I'm sorry. Yeah, that was also pretty intense. She offered to be her friend, and she was like, you'll need to pay for all the humans you killed. But like, once that's done...
Got you out 12 times, and now we can be
I'll
friends.
torture you a little, and then once that's done, we can be friends. And she was like, fuck no. And she got killed, poisoned to death.
I would have said no too, to be honest.
It sounded intense, yeah. But she said all of that, like she offered all of that with a smile, and it was a bit creepy, but everyone's got its style, so there you go.
That's fine.
So now hopefully we can regroup with everyone and heal from the wounds. I thought it was gonna be last episode, but maybe it happens this episode.
Alright.
So let's jump into it and see what happens.
Let's watch it, guys.
Let's go. It's a good way to introduce them pretty much, you know,
all at the
as
same
badass
time?
characters. Yeah, to just see them suddenly towering over the main character like all badass and shit. Oh man, we get to see all the other faces in the opening that haven't, you know, been filmed.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty cool. I don't know if I love you more because of us, you know, him protecting Nezuko and Tanjiro, or if I love him more because everyone else seems to hate him.
Maybe he's not really great with social skills, you know?
I think I knew about that a little bit because way before we watched the show, I think I saw a joke on Instagram when I saw one of the photos pass about how no one, you know, he's got no friends or anything. So that was familiar, but to hear them say it to his face and for that to affect him that much, poor buddy. So yeah, well, why do they hate him? Maybe because he's, you know, he seems hellbent on his mission. So maybe that cuts him off from everyone else. Maybe because of that, he has no personality. You know, he focuses on his job.
I'm pretty sure that he has a personality.
No, but he doesn't show it.
He's not great with social skills.
Like, he's focused entirely on his job. But then, you know, when it's convenient to him, he tends to not follow the rules whenever,
he doesn't smile much.
No, he doesn't connect with them, so we'll see their dynamics with everyone else, but I thought, you know, funny enough, his chemistry with the other girl was interesting, like, even though they stayed focused and she didn't change, like, she still kept her smile and her happiness. Mm-hmm. I thought it was a funny little fight that they just, you know, they know each other, they fought together, and they know who's stronger, but they're still gonna indulge the other because that's the rules. And it was a funny way to you know, pass the episode after so much grief, and, which, by the way, I did warn, you know, we were gonna see that because they always do this. They always show us, you know, something that redeems, in a way, the character when they die, when the demons die. Anyway, we'll talk about this kid later, but yeah, I think it's cool to see more of the Ashira. It's cool to see them because, like, we're nearing the end of the season. I knew they were characters, like, I knew they were going to be important because everyone seems to be cosplaying them and loving them and everything, and yet we had not seen much of them. So at least we'll get to meet them next episode and stay maybe around them.
Why do you think that the crowd summon the crowd summon Tanjiro and Nezuko to the headquarters.
Well, the guy who's in charge probably keeps an eye on everything that's happening, and I don't know. If it's linked to Gyu not wanting to kill them, maybe he thought if they're interesting enough that he would not kill them, they're interesting enough that I'd like to meet them and see why he did not kill them. I don't know if he knew about Nezuko before, because otherwise, I think he would have summoned them before that, considering Nezuko is interesting. Like, she's a demon who, right from the start, managed to stay herself, sort of, and not kill her brother. So, what Gyu saw in them, he's gonna see in them too. So, they're special. Mm-hmm. There's more to their story than just, she's a demon, she should be killed. But I didn't know it was an actual rule, especially considering, the way the insect girl was saying last episode. Maybe we should be friends. Unless she was just humoring her.
Yeah, probably that.
And that's fucked up if that's the case, though. I don't know. Like, or maybe like she wishes it could be a thing, but then when actually faced with a demon, like she's, like you said, she's humoring the demon, but then when actually faced with a demon that, well, she's gonna kill it because no matter what she wants, it's the rule. Like they are supposed to kill the demons. So in that case, it makes what Gyu did even more intense, because we know that I mean, at least from what we saw from his character, he seems to be really focused on killing demons, especially how he sees them.
But this one time he went rogue and go against everything they were standing for.
I thought it was interesting, and that's why I want to see more of his past, because him trampling the robe and stuff and saying to Tanjiro that they're monsters that should be killed and stuff, and Tanjiro just coming in with like a champ and saying that they you kill the demon.
We've been saying from episode 1.
Yeah, when you kill the demon, of course, but then you mourn the human it used to be, because most of them, if not all of them, unless they were forced or manipulated into saying, yes, transform me like the kid, they didn't know what was going to happen, or they didn't understand how or why or what it would do to them. And once they turn into demons, it doesn't erase who they were as humans.
But it is true that some demons, when they are dying, for example, the one at the beginning of the series, when Tanjiro killed his first demon by smashing his head, this one did not feel... Well, that demon died with sunlight.
Yeah.
But that demon didn't feel any regrets.
No, definitely not. They're not all the same.
Compared to some others who feel guilt by what they've done.
Or they've been manipulated into thinking that this is good for them. Like the kid, what I saw from that memory was a kid who wanted to play with his friends or siblings and just have fun and be a child, a happy child, but then his condition stopped him from doing that. So when he was offered strength, he said yes. How could he not? He's a kid. He doesn't understand what it means to be a demon. And then after that, he was too young, I feel like, to really get the meaning and the intensity of what he did and what he would have to do in order to survive. And yet again, he was also too young. Like, he heard one story about what it means to be a parent, and he based all his knowledge of parenthood on that. But then when he figured, and he killed his parents thinking that they were not, which, I mean, they weren't about to kill him. They were about to kill him, but he didn't understand why and how it would affect them too, because as a child, you don't put yourself in the other's shoes. You take it at first level. They tried to kill me, so they must have not loved me as much as parents should. Mm-hmm. But then it affected him to kill them and to realize that the bond was there, and he snapped it, and he went looking for that bond ever since, to the point where he actually forgot why he was looking for a bond, but he was still looking for it.
Simulator got a hug at the end.
He did, and then Gyu trampled his fucking clothes. But yeah, he got it. That's why I like when, well, I don't like, but I can appreciate when Tanjiro is around when a demon dies, because he can offer them a piece of their humanity back through understanding and comfort, because he's got a sister who's a demon, so he relates, sort of. He would not want his sister to die alone. I'm
pretty sure that even without his sister, Tanjiro is a pretty sensitive person,
Yes,
so
but...
he could understand
Yes, but we
on
would,
another level, what's going on with the
will
demons,
never
you know?
know. We will never know how he would have reacted if Nezuko had died with everyone else.
True.
We saw
That's
some
true.
people, you know, well, like some of the Ashura could also be Ashura could also be, you know, survivors of attacks like this, and that could explain. Like you could also have had people he loved, and
we'd even speculate that maybe you lost all of his family to demons, so that's why he's just so hell bent on killing all of them.
like honestly, Gyu could be what Tanjiro could have become if he didn't have Nezuko. If we, it's a possibility, and not just him, everyone else. Like we have seen people who have lost so much to demons that turn into bitter, vengeful slayers, or you know just bitter, vengeful people, and the only reason why I feel like Tanjiro is still Tanjiro is because he had Nezuko with him to focus on. So he focused all his energy and his hate into the training to help Nezuko.
Yeah.
But when he faced Kibutsuji for the first time, that hate was there. So if he did not have his sister, I don't know how he would have turned out. But maybe we wouldn't be as accepting. I feel like having his sister be a demon opened his eyes to... And the fact also is, he didn't really know about demons before. You know, he didn't grow up learning that demons were monsters or anything. So... there are many reasons why people could hate demons, but one of them could be that you spent your entire life being told that demons are monsters. And then if you lost everything to demons, you would see them as monsters. So if Tanjiro didn't grow up learning about demons at all, he saw them for the first time as his sister. You know, his sister was basically the first demon he ever saw. How could he hate demons? Like, to the point where, you know, he wouldn't care about grieving for who they used to be.
True.
So anyway, because of that, Tanjiro has the ultimate power to forgive and give back a piece of humanity to them when they die. Which makes it really
going
sad.
back to the insect breeding demon slayer, I really found it funny though that she seems so calm. She seemed like someone who wants to learn stuff and you can discuss with. But when Tanjiro tried to explain the situation with Nezuko, you just said, run. Run for it.
Well, she's doing her job. She's following orders.
Like, you cannot talk with her, no?
Well, you're not supposed to be able to talk to anyone. Nezuko is a demon. They technically should kill her. And honestly, like, Gyu was gonna do it at first too, until, you know, Tanjiro put himself between them and Nezuko had to protect him.
Yeah.
So it's just that it's their job. I'm surprised. The only thing that surprises me is that last episode she seemed to be playing with the idea that, oh, I mean, maybe we could be friends. And then in this episode, she didn't even give Nezuko a chance to do anything.
Which probably means that she was just playing with the other one. Yeah.
Perhaps. Anyway, last thing I wanted to talk about is really fast about, you know, Inosuke, what he said about him not being strong enough.
Don't worry, Inosuke, you're gonna get stronger.
But I think it's interesting because, you know, him being alone all the time and him being strong, you know, because he's a survivor, would put in his head the idea that he's better than anyone else. You know, he did go after, well, not after, but he did try to prove to Tanjiro that he was just as strong, if not stronger than he was, because he sees that as a challenge.
Yeah.
To acknowledge that he might not be as strong as he thought.
Character growth.
It's character growth, but it also opens the door to becoming stronger. Because if you think that you have nothing else to learn, you will not learn. Exactly. So him acknowledging that there are people stronger than him and he might not be as strong as he thought he was, will put him back in his place a little bit, I feel like. Maybe it's not going to strip him of his personality, but I feel like maybe he's going to go at fights in the future more carefully, and he will be perhaps open to learning how to become stronger, which is how you actually become stronger.
Like, for example, again, the insect girl. Sorry, I forgot her name. I'm gonna look it up, guys.
Insect girl.
Insect girl. She assessed the situation and she created an antidote in a few instants. Damn.
Yeah. I mean, the Ashira are strong. That's why they are who they are. Which makes me really, really, really excited to meet the others.
Yeah, me too.
So yeah, that was a good episode. Thank you guys so much for watching this with us. If you want to see the next one right away, it's going to be on Patreon very soon. So check it out if you want. The link is in the description below.
And if you don't, you can have the next one to be out on YouTube, which will be next week, guys. So we're going to see you then.
Bye.
So bye.